Good morning, my dear students. Today we are going to see royalty accounts. First of all, basically you should understand the meaning of royalty accounts and what is royalty. Royalty is an amount payable by one person to another person for the use of an asset or intellectual rights, intellectual property rights, or monopoly. It is a periodical payment in the nature of rent made to a person for the right to use certain property such as mine, patent, copyright, trademark, etc. When a person is called a lessor, when a person that is lessor having an exclusive right of some kind surrenders it to another person, he is called a lessee. Okay, in exchange for a certain amount calculated with reference to output or units produced or sold. Such an amount is known as royalty. So this is the basic meaning of what is royalty and an amount paid towards royalty agreement. Right. So secondly, we are going to see royalty is payable by the following persons who are all involved in this royalty agreement and who are all going to make payment towards royalty agreement. Number one, by the lessee in mining business to the lessor, that is owner of the mine, for having been allowed to use the mine to extract minerals. Number two, by publishers in publishing business to authors of books for having been allowed to publish the books contents. Number three, by manufacturer licensees to the owners of patents having been allowed to manufacture articles. It is the actual rent. It is the actual rent calculated at an agreed rate based on output from a mine or number of units produced or sold. So the payment of royalty is governed by the terms of royalty agreement. So every agreement is entered into between lessor and lessee, right? Okay. Now we are going to see certain special terms of royalty. Even though we are going to cover royalty accounts, you should know the basic fundamental terms, technical terms involved in this royalty accounts. First of all, you should know what is minimum rent or dead rent or fixed rent. This is a guaranteed minimum amount payable by the lessee, that is tenant, to the landlord. He is called lessor, irrespective of the actual output or sales of the lessee. Clear? It is the minimum amount which the lessee has to pay each period, even when the mine is not worked at all. Even at the time of a strike or whatever it is, he has to pay the minimum rent proportionate to the working period. Okay, so, or when the output for the period is below a certain quantity provided for in the agreement. However, if the actual royalty is more than the dead rent, landlord will claim the actual royalty. He has got every right to claim the actual royalty. Thus, it is always provided that minimum rent will merge into royalty and landlord will claim either royalty or dead rent, whichever is higher. This clause is always mentioned in the agreement. Yes, with the intention of maintaining regular return of income to the landlord. So now you would have understood about minimum rent or dead rent or fixed rent, important term in royalty accounts. Okay.